It is Tuesday, August 5th, 3:30 at the time of me recording this video. There is some weather to talk about that has prompted me to make a video about, so let's start talking about it. We're going to start off on the hurricanes. So right now, we're tracking Tropical Storm Dexter. It's not going to do anything, it's going to, go off over there. They're watching this area change has a 40% chance of forming over the next 7 days. But this one is the one we're most concerned about. 50% chance within forming. Now, what the GFS models have shown is it getting organized right about where my cursor is actually right there is actually the perfect spot. And they're tracking it going over towards here. And then like not over here to where this one is, it kind of like more of like a southward turns, like kind of where that is over there. And what the GFS model is showing is it becoming a major hurricane. Now that's why they're a little bit concerned, because major hurricane hitting over there in North Carolina, South Carolina, where we just had Helene come through like 7 months, 8 months ago, and they're still doing cleanup, so it's going to be a little bit. And then over here in the Eastern Pacific, they're watching that one, and they're also watching this one. This one has a 90% chance of forming within the next 7 days. Showers and thunderstorms associated with the area low pressure, located a couple hundred miles offshore of the coast of Central America, have become a little better organized. Environmental conditions are conducive for development of this system, and tropical depression is likely to form within the next couple of days. It's been 15 miles an hour, so it's not really going to do anything. It's just going to go, it's just going to fizzle along. So it's not going to hit nowhere, so that's good. Now, let's get into the severe weather. That's what I normally make my videos about, so let's just go ahead and get straight into that one. So within the last 4 to 8 days, the National Weather Service has put out, there's been a bunch of slight risk. But what they're watching is, I'll show you. I don't think it's that one yet. They're watching this one right over here on the 4 to 8 day outlook. They already have it labeled as severe. Now they're watching day 4 at a 15% chance risk because of the shortwave trough. Here's what it says. On Friday, a mid-level trough is associated with a speed mass. It's forecasted to move into the northern plains at a surface. A moist air mass will be in place over much of the northern plains, where surface dew points are likely to be in the lower to mid 70s. I'm gonna say like 75. Dew points over like 80 degrees, that's my guess. As surface temperatures warm during the day, like I said, probably 80 degrees with 75 dew points, so 85 over 75 is gonna be the environmental conditions for over there. Moderate to strong instability is expected to develop. Moderate to strong, so that means that instability is almost at the max that it can be. Is expected to develop along the northern edge of this unstable air mass. Unstable air mass means that you have all the right things in place, and that, so like, think of it as a loaded gun, all right? If the safety's off on a loaded gun, it's not safe. That's basically what that is. But the safety's on right now. Once those storms get going, that's whenever the safety goes off. Thunderstorms could form in some parts of south central and eastern North Dakota. Convective coverage is forecasted to expand southward into South Dakota during the evening. Moderate to strong deep layer shear, that's the wind shear in place for spin in these storms, associated with the speed max, will be favorable for a severe threat during the afternoon, evening. Supercells with large scale severe wind gusts and a tornado threat will be possible. Tornado threat probably going to be like 5%. 5%. That's what I think. Now, it gets a little bit more interesting. On Saturday, the mid-level trough and a associated cold front are forecasted to move eastward into the upper Mississippi and mid-Missouri valleys. Thunderstorms are forecast to be ongoing along a near front during the morning, with additional thunderstorm development taking place further to the southeast in the afternoon. Moderate instability and deep layer shear is forecasted as much of the region, suggesting that a severe threat will again be possible. There is some uncertainty as to how much the air mass will be negatively affected. My bad. By the morning, convection also models forecast suggests that the greatest convection potential will be during the overnight period on Saturday. For this reason, we will not add a threat area for Saturday at this time. On Sunday, a middle trough is forecast to move across the north-central U.S., being positioned from the northern plains to the central Rockies. By afternoon, moderately unstable air mass is forecasted further to the east from the upper Mississippi Valley and southward into the Missouri Valley. So that's one that they're talking about that's going to be there Saturday night, where it would have the greatest severe potential. Now, do I really think there's going to be that much? No. 15% hail threat, 30% damaging wind threat is going to be my guess, because that's normally what it is. Normally just a lot of wind. Now today, on the day 3 convection outlook, they have it centered as a slight risk. I think it could get upgraded to a moderate. I mean, not moderate. It's going to get upgraded to a hatch risk. With that hatched right there, oh yeah, it's going to be a 3 out of 5. Trust me. Northern Great Plains, while meso details at the time frame are unclear, potential exists for higher and severe intensity coverage on Thursday late afternoon to the night. A shortwave trough will amplify across the northwest and northern Rockies as a vigorous impulse digs southeastward from central BC. Downstream, the elevated mixed layer will expand across Dakotas and Montana. A lack of widespread convection will overturn on day 2, will support seasonally rich boundary layer moisture, affecting northwestward across the Dakotas to eastern Montana. This will yield large to potentially extreme buoyancy by peak heating Thursday, centered on Nebraska and North Dakota. Now, if I got those wrong, I don't care. Scattered thunderstorms will develop off the higher terrain of southwest and south central. By late afternoon to early evening, storms will spread northeastward and impinge on the pronounced buoyancy plumb during the evening and night, potentially sustaining an intensifying mesoscale system. Meanwhile, some guidance suggests separate late day storm development will occur along the strengthen across the Barotic zone in North Dakota, with isolated storms possible southwestward along a lead trough. This activity could grow upscale mainly in North Dakota and progress towards the Red River Valley on Thursday night. Significant severe appears most likely in North Dakota portions of level 2 slight risk. Very large hail is possible, initial supercells, in addition to significant severe gusts during the downstream. So it's gonna really hit the fan. Right now there's a lot of showers going on. Some showers going on down there, you know. They got some showers and thunderstorms going on up there. The ones that just moved through are not the ones. They're gonna kind of develop off over here. Once they move up into that slight risk, that's whenever it gets a little bit thin. The storm reports today. One report. One. You never really see that every day. No, that's not an everyday thing that you normally see. No watches in effect. No mesoscale discussions. Only one storm report. Pretty good right now out there. Fire. Yeah, it's bad for them. But yeah, as of right now, the weather is quiet, but sooner or later, the weather's gonna hit the fan and it's gonna get crazy out there.